All right, welcome to another episode of Ran Out of Talent. We are 3 minutes late because StreamYard would not let us sign in. How's it going tonight, Zach?
Pretty good. We were working on my daughter's swing set before this.
Yeah, no, I saw you sent me pictures. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I'll tell you this much: when you're done having children and when they age out of it, getting rid of it's going to suck.
Yeah, but it's a pretty nice one. So
Yeah,
maybe not. I don't know.
sure, sure. So, yeah, man, I heard your race got rained out, so you still have not raced yet. It's been months.
Yeah, it's been like April. Let's see here.
Wow. I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, April 19th, I think.
Yeah. To be fair, I've just been racing parking lot NASCAR. But you know what? It's pretty fun. The program's usually 2 hours long and you're home quick. And yeah, it's a good time. They're actually racing at the bar not too far from my house right now. Friday night, I had to meet up with one of the club guys and show him how to use Live Time. It's super simple, but there's all those little nuances and whatnot that you have to learn.
Yeah, but it's also like if you've never used Lifetime, it is not easy to use.
It's not. No, you're right. Well, no scoring program is actually easy to use, except there's one that the club was using called Next Level Racing. But the problem with that is it it'll let you race. Like once you cross a loop, you're on the clock type situation,
Hmm.
but it doesn't keep track of results. So you kind of got to like write down who did what, and it's a pain.
I'm out. Too
Yeah,
much.
it is. But actually using it is really simple.
Well, maybe Live RC and they can get together and make it suck less.
Yeah. Well, no, live time
Or
does
Lifetime, sorry.
yeah, live time works phenomenally. The only complaint I have is what I said on here a few months ago where they screwed with Race Editor. Besides that, it's so easy, just about anybody can use it. Um, and again, it just takes like one night of practice and anybody will be able to get it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I figured out it's not that bad.
yeah. So, yeah. So I've just been racing NASCAR and I've been practicing with my RC10 T2. I got it finished and just about ready for Vegas about a week and a half ago on a Friday night. I'm like, oh man, I don't really feel like finishing this truck, but I'm like, I'll work till 11 o'clock. And then it's like, I'll work till midnight. Then it's like, I'll work till it's done. And got it done at like 2 a.m. Um, I put in Adam Rails setup last year from Vegas, and I've been
You got starting
practicing.
setup.
Oh, it's just a good setup. Because we've been practicing at a track at a local park, which it sounds lame, and the track it needs some work, but did you meet Steve Michael at Dollar Hobbies?
Not sure. I would have to
Uh,
see a face.
yeah, Steve Michael and like Matt Campbell and a bunch of those guys are in touch with the local park directors and whatnot about the track and about building an actual layout. Okay.
So,
Uh, but the dirt itself is a lot like Vegas.
okay. So
So that,
the two tracks I went to recently,
yep.
Idlewild and River City, are both in public parks.
Yes. And the thing about this, the track, to be able to really race there, I don't even think you need power because just about everybody at this point has a different power source, whether it be a power station or a generator.
Hmm.
And if you don't have one, you can bum off of somebody.
Yeah.
Like I could run 4 people off my power station on for a race day. myself.
Mhm.
But the track needs a legitimate driver stand and it needs a water source. Because
Hmm.
without those two things, they put up a dirt mound for a driver's stand, and it's
Oh,
not
you gotta
it's
have
not
a like. It's okay to start, but you gotta have something.
yeah. Well, it's been like that for man, the track's been around for 5 years, and it's
Mm.
been like that for 5 years. But again, Steve Michael is in the ear of like the track director at the park and building something else for next year.
Oh,
He
so it's the park won't let them build it.
Right, well, no, like, if we brought, like, a water tank with a water pump, I guarantee that would not be an accepted situation.
Huh. Is
Um,
there water nearby?
no, no.
Oh.
There there might be a water source nearby, and yeah,
Oh.
I thought about that because like, we have a
They
local
probably
track.
want potable water.
Yeah. We have a local track called, Loose Nuts, who holds a race or 2 every year,
Hmm.
and they had water tanks and they're tired of dealing with it. And in their backyard, they have a river. So they just grabbed a pump and they threw it in the river, and that's what they used to water the track. So if we
I
were,
think that's fine for like don't drink this water type
yeah,
thing. But like if it's in a park, like if it's on somebody's property and they're
yeah,
doing that, like that's different than if you're uh in a public park.
yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, well, if there was a driver's stand, it would need to be ADA compliant, because it's in a park, which is fine. I think all driver's stands should be. But then you have
I
another
think
situation.
like a shipping container with some sides on it is probably good.
Yeah, but then you
I've
have
seen
another.
them like double stacked and then cut out like the groove.
Yep.
That looks good.
So, the compound is double stacked, and it's super nice.
Hmm.
Um, but then you have the issue of, little baby junior son of a bitch being unsupervised and using the driver's stand as a jungle gym and falling and breaking their neck. So, I mean, you have a little bit of liability there, but there's also a skate park right next to the RC track, so it's like, yeah, liability, whatever.
Ain't membership
Yeah,
$1 million.
yeah, sure. So yeah, but that's all I've been doing is NASCAR and getting that T2 ready. Now this week, my dad and myself and my son are going to race fifth scale at Southern Minnesota RC Raceway in Blooming Prairie. And then the week after that, we are going to the RC compound down in Iowa for their August race. So 2 weeks of, fifth scale action, and then it'll be Vegas or close to it. I mean, it's
You
coming up quick.
ran that reflex car with the touring car tires yet?
I have not done the touring car tires yet. Honestly, I've been getting tired of spending money on parking lot cars. And the car is good. Like, I'll go out there and I'll turn the fastest lap, but the problem is, so I'm running slicks for an Arma on it, and I've worn holes in the front.
Hmm.
So I gotta figure out which touring car compound is harder than a silver J Concepts compound.
Well, they don't last forever.
No, they don't, but
I
but
mean,
also
like
the last parking lot we were on was incredibly rough too.
I'm gonna say a touring car tire is probably gonna run less than whatever tire you're using now.
Yep.
Um, but they're also a lot cheaper, like $40 for four.
Yep.
And if you want to get really cheap, the fronts are gonna wear out first, and you just keep the rears from your old set and put them on the front.
Rotate them up, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
not a good idea.
But like on the asphalt track, like you might get 10, 5 or 6 minute runs on a set of tires.
That would be fun. You know, we have 2 more parking lot races left this year that aren't NASCAR. So, and that's the thing too. It's time to start gearing up for carpet. So I'm sure you listen to Maddie G and Charlie's podcast. Oh, you don't? It's
I
a
don't have time.
quick little 30-minute deals. I want to say, let me look it up. I forget what it's called, but I listened to it as well. But it's called RC Stuff. That's Charlie. That's the Hobby Wing podcast with Charlie and Maddie G. What's gonna suck is, you know me. I gotta make my equipment as good as possible.
Mhm.
Well, the pro stock ESCs aren't good enough anymore. You need the 200
G3.
Yeah, you need the G3. Which it's like, oh, I knew it was gonna come to it. I just man, that's gonna be. I got a 200 amp ESC in my truck, so that's gonna be $400 in ESCs to put one
Okay.
in my one in my wheeler and to put one in my 2-wheel.
Well, not exactly, because you go and sell your other ones.
Now, gotta keep. I don't sell. I keep stuff as backups.
Oh, you don't have backups?
I mean, I do, but I have backups to backups at some points.
Well, sell the backups to the backups.
I know.
Come on, quit holding on this crap.
That's true, but a lot of the times I end up helping friends with this stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I told you about this Protec servo I got for the T2. So I haven't looked at Protec servos in a while, and I've been running Reedy servos, but the good Reedy servo I wanted was out of stock. So I got a new Protec servo. I forget the number on it, but it was they call it the high speed servo. I didn't even look what the high torque servo is, but it's super low profile. And the transit speed is 0.06 at over 300 ounces of torque.
At which voltage?
That one's 7.4.
Okay. See, I like running my stuff at 6.0.
Yeah, you know,
it's easier for me.
Yes, definitely. But 6.0, I think it's just under 300.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's more like the speed at 6.0. It has to be under 0.1 seconds at 6.0.
I don't think it is.
Yeah. You know, see, I use like the Sanwa ones that are like 0.08 at 6.0.
Yep. And then
I
you
know.
Well, no, you don't have to slow it down on the radio then.
Yeah.
Because at one point, you're slowing it down somewhere. You're slowing it down either on the radio or you're getting one slow enough. But with off-road, the torque is incredibly important. Let me see here. I'm looking this up real quick because we go servos. And then we go to Protec. Sorry, guys. I should have, but it's like a super low profile servo too. Is it no, that's a high torque. Come on. See, that's one thing I hate about A-Main is the pop-ups. All right, it's the Protec 381. So hold on one second. There we go. I had to pop it up on a different screen. Yeah, I was looking up. What the heck? Not slides. Yeah, I was trying to buy a Reedy and they weren't in stock. So it's like, well, I'll get one of these because I've always had luck with the Protec servos. But it's super low profile. Oh, they got the 381 in a 10 scale F1 car. That's insane. So it doesn't have 6.0 numbers. It has 7.4 and 8.4. At 7.4, it's 06 at 307. At 8.4, it's 05 at 381. So, but anyways, really good servo. I'm pretty happy with it. Sorry guys, man, we got quite a few things to get into.
I was pulling up the touring cars.
You're pulling up the touring cars?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, man, on our race reports from now on, we got to blame Lefty. Oh no. I know exactly what happened. Zach was pulling up touring cars and he accidentally X'd out of his browser. That happens a bunch. Okay, there's Zach. You X'd out of your browser, didn't you?
I don't know what happened. I could have, but I wasn't even on that tab.
Okay. So what I want to get into, so last week, and it's been beaten to death at this point, but I always feel like I have to bring it up.
You haven't done your version of it yet.
I haven't done my version of it, but it's wild. The delusion and the self-importance of a sportsman driver.
You know, I have a hot take on that, but I'll let you.
Well, so he goes on his race report and he's talking about blaming Lefty for flaming out and not, wasn't it something about not getting the attention of somebody and him missing laps? And it's like, that's not Lefty's job at all.
I know he's a commentator. He's not even on the mic.
Yes, that's like blaming me when I'm going to be in Vegas working for Mod. Actually, working for Mod, I have ran up to race directors and been like, hey, you missed a lap here. But it's really when I'm paying attention. Usually I'm not paying attention. If I'm calling even a sportsman main race, I'm not paying that close of attention. It's sorry, bro. I mean, cool. You're leading a sportsman race.
But like, if you look at like Wicked Weekend, there was like 50 heats.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta take a break somewhere. And there's 2 directors, but like, if you're like watching the race, looking at your next race, making sure like the things are set up because you're doing the elite thing and doing all this stuff, and like you miss a lap, and that should be a protest.
Or you flame out and you flip off a Marshall. That was part of it.
Look, I can't defend that.
No.
But here's my hot take. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need more heels in RC.
Yep.
And this guy's doing his part. He's
Sure.
doing it. He's putting on a character.
But God damn it, it's from Sportsman.
I know.
I mean,
but that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, kind of. And the thing is, and I'm not going to say his name on this, but what's frustrating is there are a lot of narcissistic sociopaths that are extremely fast at RC car racing. There is a top intermediate. Nah, like legitimately like freaking crazy. Not like your average snob ass RC racer.
Okay. Well, there's only a couple of them.
I think after this rant and him demanding an apology from Lefty puts him right up there. Sure, dude, you may be fast. Nobody's ever going to forget this. Nobody.
I think if he goes to another elite event,
you think he'll be loud?
So what they should do, hold on now, is let him sign up, let him pay, let him get here.
Yeah.
Hand him his money at the door and say, you're not welcome here anymore.
Yeah, no. And
like make him waste his time to get there.
Sure. Because I mean, after that, I mean, it's created like There's a t-shirt that's for sale until Wednesday, a Blame Keenan or Blame Lefty shirt, and Danny Paz made a music video of, of Keenan and how everything's Keenan's fault. It's been comical, but if you look at the actual craziness behind it all, and you know what? I would say not acceptable is not the right word. Not even under, if it were intermediate and he was talking about the proper channels, like how did Lance not see me miss a lap?
But that's what I'm saying.
That would be something.
That would be a protest at the track. Not like social media has no part in this other than using it as a messaging service to message Lance or Lefty or whoever, be like, hey, it missed a lap for me here. You know, my race is from minutes, you know, whatever, or even just after the race. Be like, I didn't win that race. I was in first place and I didn't wreck. Let me go look at it, because it happens. It just like, especially with like a big track like that.
A big track, if you have 18 guys in your heat, every name is not on the screen when you have 18 guys.
And it's super easy to on a big track, if you're like stuff gets out of control and you jump over the line before and then come back after because you thought it was where you came back in.
Sure.
Like if you miss it, then you miss it. And it could only be like 10 feet. Like you're not really trying to cut the track. You're just trying to get back on the track.
Right.
But you know, that's happened to me before. Especially when like we had so at the old track, we had a 6-foot loop that we were using because we couldn't turn the squelch down enough to not get to the next lane.
That makes sense.
The lane was 8 feet. And the straightaway was 8 feet, but we were doing 6 feet lanes everywhere else because the track was small.
And
so like if
you
and if your transponder was weak and you went on past that 6-foot mark on the inside where you really don't want to be on the straightaway, you want to kind of be in the middle, but you know, whatever. And it happens where it misses your lap.
Yeah.
It's very weird, but it's on occasion that happens. I don't think that's what happened here. You know, they had some, I mean, just you have that many people, you're going to have some issues. Like there's just like software is overwhelmed. Everything's overwhelmed. Like you have a weak transponder and it misses the threshold for picking up. Like, I don't know, like to knock on wood, like I've never had issues with transponders, but like when I get a transponder, like I haven't bought new transponders in a long time for a reason. Mine work. I don't unplug them from the receiver. Mine are taped to the side of the receiver the way it's not supposed to be.
Right.
But I plug it in once and I don't unplug it.
No, that makes sense.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't have any problems with it. So the people that have transponder problems, I'm like, bro, you're showing up that's like showing up with a battery that you don't know if it can hold a charge. Like,
but
stop losing races on the benches.
You know, and I don't want Lance or anybody to do this, but at large events, at Roar races or IFMAR races, they will not add laps. They could see you cross the loop and they will and not get picked up, and they will not add a lap. There's a rule against them adding laps, like a legitimate rule.
I wonder what the mindset behind that is.
I'm not sure. But yeah, with IFMAR and Roar and EFRA, you cannot add laps after the fact or during the fact. Like I said, you could see them cross the loop and it not hit, and you could not right-click add lap. I want to say Tebow lost a big one because his transponder stopped working. I can't remember all the stories, but there's a story there. I remember it being Tebow and his transponder not working.
That sucks.
No, it does. I mean, people have lost legitimate races because of it. And, in a nitro car or a off-road car, like a dirt car, those wires, man, they're getting cheaper and they're getting beat up. And then all of a sudden, it's just not going to work anymore. So, I don't know, man. Should we get into new products? Because you got the touring cars pulled up. I got the off-road cars pulled up.
Do you have the Gamma pulled up yet?
Yeah.
Okay, can I do the Gamma?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Oh,
have. This is gonna be funny.
oh man.
All right, hold on. So Agama has a new. Hold on, I gotta get to it again. Lost it. A new. Whoa, they got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Buggy that they released the 8 scale into E. There we go. Their website's not that easy to use.
No, I'm not on their website. I already tried using it and it did not work.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm making a joke, so let me make a joke here.
I'm waiting for the thing to pop up.
I'm just slow.
No, that's fine. Let me add that. Oh no.
Here it is.
On the webpage.
Yep. Okay. So here's the buggy that's still not released. It is on the way. You can pre-order it now.
No, you can pre-order it for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
People have gotten their money back. There's speculation that there's no proof. I don't really want to fuel the speculation, but I am going to say it. The speculation is the pre-orders for that kept the A-scale program going.
Could be.
I don't know. I don't know the people from Agama. Matt says 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, that's the whole bit. That's the only thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I have the other one here.
$812, and you know what? That's what they're becoming. That's not just an expensive Agama. Associated's going to be there. X-Ray is going to be. Everybody's going to be at that $800 for a roller price.
I wish they didn't use a rendering for this. It's a good rendering, but I wish they used an actual. Like, this is like, I don't know. Like, I don't think rendering should be on the product. Like, sample, like, you could do a sample run. I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe when the car like pre-release, but this is a release announcement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good-looking car. It's really low. They got away from the cantilever shock system to a really large laydown shock system. It's going to work very well on smooth tracks, just like this is what the Mayako's been doing. On a bumpy track, it's not so attractive. So like American style tracks, the suspension, I don't see it working too well. And I don't see a lot of throw in those shocks as well.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't take the bump. It doesn't let the arm go down far enough.
Right. But on a AstroTurf track or a track like the one, why can't I think of the name? The one in Spain that the last 2 worlds have been at.
Oh, yeah. The super high bite.
Yeah, something like that to where it's super high bite, no very big ruts. Imagine this car at Wicked Weekend. It just would have been front flipping through the divots.
Yeah. Well, there was more of the divots, but yeah.
Yeah, well, the gigantic ruts that you could literally lay down in, but
yeah.
But I've watched a lot of cars go around the track, and yes, the cars were bucking and whatever. But the majority of the cars handled the rough track fairly well. I just don't see this working well for that.
I don't like, it's a very European car. I like the built-in wire holders, so it's good.
No, I like a lot of it. Again, I don't hate the shock system. It just won't work. I mean, dude, the front shocks. Let me look at that. Not quite. They're in one picture. It looked like the front shocks were below the camber link. I'm like, that would be wild. But it's a really low CG situation. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be great for the high bite. It's gonna be very hard to beat for the high bite. They have a proper motor and battery layout, which is really good.
I mean,
Uh,
who's Agama's top driver?
do they still have somebody over in Europe? Because they don't
I
have
don't know.
anybody in America anymore, which I don't think they have anybody in America anymore. Um, they could. Silly season started. We'll see what happens.
Eckert to Agama.
I don't think that would go in that dry. Maybe.
I wouldn't either. But
I don't think Hecker to Agama would be a thing. So I don't know. We'll talk about
see,
that.
they have a big double TQ and win for Eric. I don't know who the Eric is.
I know they have somebody over in Europe. There's so many good people now to where it's like, how can I even keep up anymore?
These are this is the juniors.
Oh, I got you. I mean, it's a neat car. Like if Thunder Road's AstroTurf track was still open and I wasn't sponsored by Team Associated, I would get this for Thunder Road in a heartbeat.
Eric Like. Oh, no, it's junior. There's just young kids on the team.
Which is good. I mean, that's what kept JQ going, and that's what's keeping Mayako going, basically, is they have a lot of fast junior drivers.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think they kind of Miyako dropped the ball on I guess kind of the momentum that they had. They had a whole bunch of momentum, and then they just like.
That's
and I don't mean that in a rude way, but like that's what happened.
But that's what JQ did as well when it was JQ Racing. It's like it was super high up here when the car came out, and then it crashed, and then the yellow car came out, and then it crashed, then the white, it just up and down, and then I almost joined JQ when the black edition was out and became a regional manager. And then I talked to Jeremy Oldham because Jeremy Oldham and his son Jordan Corton were on that team at the time. Jordan's fast as shit. But I'm like, yeah, what do you think of the cars? And then he went through everything he had to do to make it good. I'm like, oh no, because
I've been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've been there. And you know what? I've never been there, but I've seen people there, and I don't want to be there.
Honestly, it's really cool. So, like, me was with Gizmo, and towards the end, it got a lot better. But like in the beginning, it was good, and then like we started developing the car, and then you had to like hand make or hand fit parts that were like updates.
Yep.
That were supposed to work, and then they didn't work. And as well, but I mean, as Christian developed, as Christian developed the car and his, I guess, engineering skills, they got a lot better. And towards the end, it was plug and play, and like you would expect a car to be. But like in the early days where we had all that momentum, people were having to hand fit parts, and that was it.
Yeah.
And now he's doing great with the not mini Z, 128th.
Yep.
Cars.
So is Gizmo Reflex?
Yeah.
Okay, I
or
just
was
I
Gizmo.
made
I
that
don't think is the
connection.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, same guy, Christian Tabush.
Yeah, because his 28 scale stuff is fast, very fast.
He was at the Worlds.
Yeah.
I think John Dixon drives for him.
Yep. I know Dixon got a TQ or two in a class, like he got round TQs and no, his stuff like his Formula One car. I forget the dude who won it, but he had a reflex and the car was way faster than anything else out there. It wasn't just the driver; it was the car.
hmm
And I've been starting to get that 128 scale fever myself a little bit, but it's like
Where are you gonna race it?
so the bar where we race oval. No, in the wintertime. In the wintertime,
Outside.
nope, not outside. They have a little event center in the bar,
Okay.
and every Sunday morning they set up a mini Z, like a legit mini Z track, like a decent size one. And they run your MO3 and MO4s. There's really no mod cars, and I would build an
That
associated.
doesn't mean anything to anybody who doesn't race that.
So yeah, everybody who starts out in 128 scale usually starts out with the mini Z. Oh man, I think Zach's dying
A little bit.
a little bit,
Wrong pipe.
but almost everybody starts out with the mini Z, a 2-wheel drive Kyosho 128 scale that's like under $200. I actually have a ready set K truck I bought for $50. I'm thinking about putting the good PN batteries in and trying to race that piece of crap.
Hmm.
But so everybody starts, but nobody continues to race mini Z's. It continues with the 128 scale world. They upgrade and they find their brand. PN, Reflex. There's man,
WMX, Xability,
Associated. Yep,
Associated.
Xability. Xability's phenomenal too.
Soon to
Associated.
be X-Ray, I hear.
Yep, I've been hearing X-Ray as well. But the 128 scale world, it's as advanced as a touring car, the 4-wheel drive is, or it is. The 2-wheel drive's as advanced as a 12 scale.
I would say 12 scale because it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's like it is advanced and really good, but
Yes.
it's more like a 12 scale than it is a touring car.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But point being is they are so far away from a Kyosho once you get into the actual racing side, which it would be really cool if Kyosho, the starters of all this made a race worthy 128 scale. Lance McDonald checking in. Lance on vacation for once.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get to go on any real vacations this year. I've been on vacations the past few years, but all my vacations are taken up by RC events. That happens every once in a while. So anyway, what's next is we can either go with the RC Maker or the Losi 5T 3.0 gas truck.
Preference?
Let's do RC Maker because we're talking about.
All right, I got it pulled up.
The car is so awesome looking. Now, this is one where I might be willing to be on an island by myself. Here, let me pull it up to run this.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to add it.
So I will again, another brand that had a ton of momentum.
Yep.
And just shipped a bed.
You think?
In the US I watched it.
Okay.
They had a big presence when the car first came out, second or like 6 months after the car came out. And then I don't know exactly what happened because I wasn't a part of it, but like they didn't have a huge presence a year later.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure there's something that happened, but like, or there's something was not working good enough with the car, or like RC Maker USA or whoever is
Mm-hmm.
importing this. I know like One Up did, and Crybaby, and Team Zombie Canada, and a whole bunch of stuff. But
Sure.
so this is kind of, I think it's been 3 or 4 years since they released the first car.
Has it been that
Um,
long?
yeah, it's been a while. I
I
want to say
s-
3 years.
I'd say
Um,
I swear we covered it on here.
so we probably did, but I don't know.
My timeline is screwed up in my life.
I think Ryan Maker said 3 years, so I'm gonna just
Okay.
say 3 years is the number. So
Yeah.
in the
Sure.
past 3 years, what's happened is we've done super low profile shocks, we've done a steel chassis, and we've done what else? There was another thing. So this does those. Oh, low sway bar mounts.
Okay. That could have
And
been done in like 12 months to 18 months.
well, yeah. So a lot of so what the other features here. So I'm gonna try and talk and scroll and point out
Oh, you're
some of
fine.
these. Is that there were some issues with the way the shocks worked and the play in them, and
Okay.
they would develop excess play and have issues with that. So you had to redesign that whole thing and figure all that out and make
Mm-hmm.
it not suck, which he looks like he's done. Um, then you have to test the steel chassis and what cutouts work and where to do that. And then I believe these arms are different and how these shocks mount are different because the stroke on the super short shocks is a lot smaller.
Okay.
So you have that. You have, I wish there was a list. There probably is a list. But how this mount is different. This is like a steel, like a turnbuckle or into a rod end instead of
Yep.
two there, so it takes some of that play away. Oh, here we go. So super small shocks. They changed the push rods here.
Yep.
Optimized geometry. This is now fixed to the bulkhead. I guess it wasn't before. They have upstops now. Upstops was the other thing that
Got it.
happened, which is a big deal. It's like reverse droop, I guess.
Okay.
It's an important tuning tool. We've
Yes.
found out in on road. Okay, so I mean, it's a good looking car. Like,
Yes.
I'm not trying to, to shit on Ryan Maker or anything he's done. It looks great. I think this is a very competitive car. The thing, like I said to you, was that like I'm happy that they did an update, but I'm not impressed with it.
It almost
Um,
seems like it just brought it up to par.
yeah, but like so did the Schumacher 4-wheel drive, and that thing is amazing.
Yeah. Like I said on the last episode, the difference between the B6.3 and the B6.4 are pretty negligible, but the way the two cars work, night and day difference. The B6.4 is the best, hands down, between the 6.3 and the 6.4. It's just you find that one little part or two little parts, and it could just change everything. So no,
I
it
could see
looks
these being a problem. This can come loose. I don't know what this is,
sure.
but that
Let's
looks like it can come loose.
wait,
It looks
wait,
good. I like the copper color, bronze.
yeah, I like the copper anodizing. We're talking about the 3 racing, how I dislike. I said it was purple, but you're like, well, it's pink. It's like, oh, I dislike that too.
Yeah, in person it's pink.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean it's a good looking car. This is interesting here. I didn't notice this before. So the chassis shape, if you look at it, it's
Yep.
pinched in the middle right here.
That's different. Yeah. There might be something there.
I just noticed that. I've looked at this car like 5 or 6 times now, but there's so much to look at that's foreign to me that I really don't know what I'm looking at. Like, you know,
Joey's saying sprint cars. I forgot to add that to the list because we've been waiting for the new Velocity car, and man, I'm not prepared to cover it, to be honest. I could look it up real quick. We've been looking at the new Velocity RC or the sprint car to come out for 2 or 3 years now. And the reason why it took so long is because goddamn fucking sorry. um the reason it took so long is this is all their own cars when before it was a conversion kit for an Associated or Lowe's or whatever. But this is all 100% Velocity. And I'm just going to run through it quick because the pictures don't blow up or what the heck? Oh, they switch up there. I got it. So let me switch up here. And I like Rod and Chris, and they're awesome guys. And I know that they did it correct. And they've had several delays. They have their own shocks. It's got ball bearing steering, aluminum spindles, aluminum rear hubs. It's got a 4 millimeter thick carbon fiber shock towers. It comes with the body, which is awesome. It comes with small bore shocks, which that's becoming more and more important because dirt oval racing, there's some loose stuff still out there, but it's been becoming more and more high grip. Even the Lomir stuff is still pretty high grip. Comes with Delrin pistons, aluminum, but other than that, you can go extremely one side or the other with the chassis. Man, there's not many photos. There's option parts. Sorry, guys, I thought there's more photos. But you know what? Rod and Chris, from what I've heard, they've done it right. It's already won 1 or 2 chili bowls. I can't remember what. Will Britton's been running the car for forever. If I get back into dirt oval, it's what I'd be running. Oops. And you know what? Small bore shocks aren't a bad thing. So I've been running my team car out on that Otsego track, and it's got huge ruts in it. And that's really the only thing that upsets the small bore shocks. It jumps fine. The grip's fine. The huge ruts are the problem. And you're not going to have huge ruts in oval, even if it's low grip.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, Lowe's came out with the gas version of their fifth scale this week. And again, I like most of the things. I love the body. I don't think it'll work on the 2.0. The truck overall is 5 inches longer than the 2.0. But that body is freaking awesome.
Why is the truck longer?
I don't know. It's honestly some of the. I think it was a compromise. Because Chris Higa knows better. The truck needs to be short. Like, we need corner speed. And to get corner speed, you don't add 5 inches to the truck and you don't add tires like this. But other than that, all these parts, just about all the parts, are compatible with the 1.0 and the 2.0. Just about
I wonder
all.
if they had to make a longer chassis for the electric version.
That could very well be.
So they just use the same chassis for both.
Yeah. Damien's saying we're going to need bigger tracks for that thing. I'm willing to welcome all these guys with open arms. And that's the best thing about this, a new fifth scale coming out. It gets more people into it. And that's what I love about it. That brake, oh no, it's off. I'm like, what is up with that brake cam? But it's off the truck. It's got the push-pull steering, which I really like, and I'm really happy it comes with stock. It has that stupid spare tire. I hate it. It comes with a slightly larger, so it's the same motor that came in the 2.0, but it's
Why?
it's 3 cc's bigger. So it's a 35 cc engine. Zenoa built, imported by Fujiwara. It's a super solid motor.
Why is that guy's hand there?
Because he is pushing the primer bulb.
Why does his hand need to be there for that?
I don't know. Jeremy's saying, how bad do you think those diff outdrives are going to get chewed up? More power, more weight. I think they're going to get chewed up way worse in the electric version. But that's another thing so fifth scale, I would say, just like any other racing, it's mostly bashers. The outdrives get hogged out so bad. They really do. Like all the outdrives are bad in my truck and my son's truck right now. I'm trying to finish the year with them. I want to say it's something like $150 to replace all the outdrives in the truck.
Wow.
So it's not a lot of money, but it's enough to think about, But
Yeah.
all these parts are the same as 1.0 and the 2.0, which I'm really happy. Basically, go ahead.
Can Mod come up with like a puck system for that doesn't suck?
I know Matt's always working and testing, but
I bet you can make like a steel one, or
I bet he could too.
Probably like a medium steel or something.
Yeah.
So it would take some abuse. I was thinking aluminum, but that would be too soft, and titanium I think would be too hard
and too expensive.
Well, but for the little pucks.
Yeah, sure, but there's definitely something there. And Matt, I guarantee he's always looking into things.
I don't know. I just talked to him earlier today. I didn't ask him about fifth scale outdrives.
No, yeah, Matt's doing all things all the time. He's doing battle bots. He's doing the fifth scale gig. He's doing the media gig. He's doing pucks for the 10th scale. He's running his brick and mortar hobby shop. He wants to get 128 scale racing going. He's got a bunch of stuff.
He just finished renovations on his house, his honeymoon.
Oh, he's actually finished with it, huh?
That's what well, I don't know if he's finished, but he's moving in.
Oh.
You know how it is.
Well, yeah.
Well, I talked to him for a little bit because I was messaging about some other DRC stuff. And so we ended up chatting on the phone for a little bit, and yeah, I hope that wasn't personal, man. I'm trying not to blow up your stuff here. I didn't think it would be
not that personal.
So he's a busy fella.
Yeah.
I would say Matt's probably busier than I am, and I don't really know that that's possible.
I'm a super busy guy myself, but only because I make myself that busy. I don't have to be busy to where you and Matt have to be busy to make a living. Jeremy's saying the hardened. Yeah. No, that's fine. Jeremy's saying the hardened ones outdrives last longer, but it appears they use as normal ones for the 3.0. And Damien says if it's fifth scale, everything gets worn out fast. Yeah, that's true.
But they don't get worn out like that in a real car. I mean, they get worn out, but not like they don't blow out in a year.
I'll tell you what. So my front center outdrive in my 2.0, I have a 1.0 setup for the dog bone itself. And speaking of, so it's a CV axle situation instead of just a dog bone.
Mhm.
And the front, even though it's hits the same place every time, the front doesn't get worn out and chewed up as the back. Because the back, the dog bone, vibrates back and forth and it chews up the outdrives all over the place. So I don't know.
I
You,
I think it's just not as good of a system as it could be.
no,
That's
definitely
all
not.
I'm
But I'm
getting at.
happy. I'm happy we're gonna have parts again. I'm happy that this is gonna get a lot more people into fifth scale. This needed to happen to keep fifth scale alive in the United States. I'm pumped. I'm not going to get the truck. I'll have the Losi 2.5.
Mm.
I'm going to put the new arms on it, and I might do the shocks. I'm not. I would rather do match
I
shocks.
thought you were gonna use the mod arms.
The mod arms in the rear.
Mm.
The mod with Turtle Racing, I'll use those in the rear, and then I'll use the Losi ones in the front. But yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited that there's a new fifth scale. You got the 3 racing car?
Oh, I forgot about it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I can pull that up.
well, no, it's just another
It's
affordable
another turn.
touring.
Yeah.
But the
So
thing
I
about
mean,
this
uh,
affordable touring car thing is such a good thing for you guys because Gary Zdenek, he used to own a track up here in Minnesota and he moved to his place down in Alabama. He actually told me yesterday, he goes, the Schumacher vibe is insanely awesome. He dropped
mhm.
his fast lap with, I don't know what he was using before, but he went from a 12.4 to 11.8 with a 97% consistency from whatever he was driving before to the Schumacher vibe.
Look, unless he was using like a real car, that guy has
He was probably
gremlins
using,
in the car, some setup issues.
yeah. But, and again, though, good word for the Schumacher vibe. And that's going to be, I can
Yeah.
see good things happening with the 3 racing car as well. 3
I think there
racing,
are
go ahead.
I think there are a lot of really good affordable cars that are competitive but not premium.
Right, right.
The 3 racing is a good example. The Schumacher Vibe is great for that. It's commercially available. You can go to a lot of different hobby shops that sell on-road stuff and get that. Let me
3 racing is actually huge in the drifting scene. Like significant.
where is sorry, I gotta look up
That's all right. Yeah, that 3 racing car looks good. What else do we got? Oh shoot. We only got a couple more things after that.
yeah.
Couple more track closures, silly season, some Euro results.
Go ahead. You want to get to HRCR?
Yeah, that one was a bummer, and I knew it was coming. Brian Eider announced this week that HRCR is done. And I don't get this, Zach, and this has happened to large tracks across the country. And I'm like, why did that happen? And then I look at his entries and it's like 19 here, 25 here, 30 there. I understand that at a shitty track. At a national level facility like HRCR, the people who didn't support the place should kind of be ashamed of themselves.
Well, I mean, so I can't say a lot of examples here, but like there are tracks that I know of that are very nice tracks, and I would say national level capable,
Yes.
or even world level capable, that have like management problems or have like this isn't worth it for me problems.
Right.
Like maybe the track is like turning a profit, but it's like 10 grand after a year, like
Yeah.
type thing.
From what
You
I
know,
understand, though, HRCR was competently ran.
that doesn't mean that there wasn't click issues
Oh,
that chased off people, because that happened. That's a lot in RC. Like chasing off the new people or your kind of your crowd because you're trying to like figure out how to work with somebody instead of like you're trying to please everybody instead of kicking one dude out to
yep.
solve the problem.
Sure.
It's hard to know what to do. Like, but that stuff happens all over the country. And I hear about different things here and there that tracks are doing, and I'm like, okay, well, why would they do that? Like, that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. Then I wouldn't be any better if I ran a track. I'm sure I'd be in the shit of it. Like, you can't see the forest for the trees.
Well, you're always going to have clicks no matter what track you have, and that sucks. But what you have to do is have that really good group of second guys that welcomes newbies in. You
Mm.
know,
You need a community.
you need a community, and every track I've ever been to has clicks.
I don't
Uh,
think the clicks are the problem
no,
necessarily. It's when the track lets the trick clicks run the
right,
track that becomes.
yeah. The only things, and I don't know if HRCR had this, or I get the letters mixed up, but I've seen separate rental pits. Have you ever seen that? Kind of like F you, I'm too good to be around you, whatever.
Oh,
I pay for my fancy pit away from everybody else.
I have seen it, but like in like EA's track has something like that where the like, but they're in rooms. Like there's only so many spaces in the room, and then the next room, and then there's like two or three private rooms, and then there's like general pits.
See, there shouldn't, and again, should never be that those private rooms should not exist.
I mean,
Pitting should be a communal thing. 100%.
like the doors are open. You can go to these private pits and talk to the people. It's just like
Okay.
there's more pit spaces
Yeah.
there.
Anthony says he can't make everybody happy, and that's true. You really can't. But and Brian was political on Facebook, which I, you know, you got all kinds of everybody saying this or that or the other. I don't hold it against a person for the most part, unless they say some like insane shit.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to be
Well,
able to have a reasonable discussion with somebody, even if you don't agree with them. Like, do we have to agree on everything to be friends?
no, but when you live, I don't know. I wonder if Idaho's like Minnesota to where it's liberal in the cities but the majority is conservative. But
That's every state, Joe.
it's every state, but like Minnesota's insanely red, except there's like 3 blue dots.
I know.
Okay. But I wonder if it's like that or if it's more like Washington to where you have giant blue chunks. Or let's say he's in a blue chunk, and because people are children about their politics, and I'm apolitical. I dislike both systems. I'm out of the game. F you both. Okay. They're all working for interdimensional child molesters, but that's another discussion.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's keep going.
So, anyways, let's say people are cutting ties because of political reasons, And I kind of wonder if that's some of it.
Well, if you give people a reason to leave, they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like there's again, there's another local track that I go to. Well, it's kind of they're all kind of semi-local to me. There's not really one that's super close, but
Hmm.
like I was there and I'm talking to the owner and we're shooting the shit, and then I go use the bathroom and there's no paper towel in the bathroom. And I'm like,
That's a little
and
bit of a
it's
problem.
right, but like when there's and there's not even another roll to
Yep.
grab and put on the because it's like regular paper towel. It's not even a
Yep.
dispenser, and that's fine. Like whatever.
No, but it's little things
Um,
like that.
yeah, but like stop giving people a reason to not like your place.
Yeah.
Like you can go do a round in between rounds and like just check on the small things.
Sure.
Um, and go talk to people and see what's going on and uh, you know and maybe you hear stuff like that or you don't, but like at least you're like looking like you're making an effort
Hmm.
and trying to go talk to people. And I don't know what the whole thing with is it HRCR?
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well,
Um
they were in HRCR. They were in bids for the worlds, but um Thornhill got picked because it's close to Austin and there's more of a nightlife around. That's why Thornhill got picked, not because it was a better facility, because there was stuff to do after the races.
well, I think that and it was closer, like Thornhill is closer to the airport, right?
A little bit, the main reason was it was closer to nightlife.
But but
That was
that's
the main reason.
but if you got nothing around you and like
But we're RC racers, and if you've been to a Worlds, where you went to the Worlds in California.
yes, I did stuff after
You
you know,
did?
yeah.
See, I
Yeah,
never.
Mark, my buddy Mark and I, we went to jujitsu.
Oh, that's fun. But you see, I never ever do that. Like what
Oh,
when I went to Silver State before I was working with Mod, I I and before when I would go to a dirt event, but whatever. But I went out, what was it, a Wednesday or a Thursday with the guys? But when the actual event was going, uh-uh,
no,
absolutely
you're
not.
missing out on the best part of RC racing.
I've done it.
But
Been
no,
there.
not getting hammered, not doing stupid stuff. Going
No,
out
sure.
with the dudes, like the camaraderie outside of the track after like you've had this trauma
Me?
binding
Yeah.
experience at the track. Um, I, like my buddies and I, like that's our favorite part. We like going out, finding new restaurants, shooting the shit, trying stuff,
That's
and
fun. Maybe it's changed since I was in my 20s. I just remember Chillicothe and that being like, it sounds like a nightmare now. I
it's
would
not.
park.
We don't like. We get a couple beers, we eat some good food,
Yeah.
we shoot the shit, we go back to the hotel, we shoot some more shit, and then we go
Yeah.
to bed.
Sure. And I wouldn't mind that at all. It's just that in my experience and again, the last time I went out after a race was in my 20s and it always escalate. You know what I mean?
You can't have 20 beers, Joe. Just have 2 beers. Have 3 beers.
I'm getting
Go
better.
crazy. We're gonna have 3 beers.
I'm getting better at that. I definitely am. But no, you're right. And to some people, like you just proved, that the nightlife can be important. And I think that's another reason why the team associated vintage race with the 128 scale race alongside of it, I think that's why that is so popular, is because it's in Vegas. It wouldn't work if it was in uh, Missouri, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's like doing non-RC stuff with your RC friends is fun because all we ever do is go to the RC track and hang out together. We've like most of us have, well, I can't say that, but like I would assume that most people that are friends at the RC track don't do
Mhm.
anything except RC together.
For the most part. And it's I need to learn how to turn off that hyper focus. Like when you're going to bed at night after a long race day, do you still hear the cars loud and clear in your head and them hitting like boards and shit? I hear it clear as day.
Joe, I think like so no, I used to be that way
'Cause it's all I'm
and
thinking about.
I know, but like it's not that like I don't think about it, but it's not I think there's like this I don't even know how to describe it. Like I think I get better if I push it to my subconscious to think about. And like
Sure.
we might bring up some broad points, but like also we talk about everything that's not RC
Yeah.
and just different things in our lives. And then it'll somehow come back to RC and then
Yeah.
it'll just go all over the place.
Totally, totally. And that's one of the things like the Minnesota group used to do like 10 years ago. We used to get together on like a random Wednesday and take over the pro car track. And we used to do stuff like that and we don't do that anymore, which I wish we did.
You could start it back up, Joe.
I know, and I was the one who organized in the first place.
Well, quit dropping the ball. Chop chop.
I know. I know it's just one of those things. It's man, I'm racing Lowe's NASCAR twice a week. It's getting serious, Zach.
Well, stop it.
I
Just
know.
stop. You don't have to. You're a real addict. If I've ever seen one, it's Jose or Junior.
Yeah, I actually though I was super happy that I was able to hit jujitsu 4 days last week
Dude, I
instead
don't.
of. Well, I've normally been so since I started racing the NASCAR and all that other and summer racing to get my equipment ready for the next event. Um, I've only been doing 1 to 2 days a week, and it's really not good for a person's mentality. When you get used to it's so weird, like when you spend that energy in a positive way, how good it feels afterwards. And you kind of forget when you put it on the back burner, you kind of forget about it. And
Yeah,
then it's
until it until it rears its ugly head.
yeah, and man, I'm keeping it at bay. I thought I would be a cool guy and do a little bit of kickboxing sparring yesterday. No, it worked. It mainly worked out because the younger guys who would, if they win 100%, would just drop me in a second. They had really good table manners and all that. But one dude got an inside leg kick right above my knee, and it gave me like this permanent Charlie horse, and it still hurts like hell. So
Leg kicks are legit, dude.
yeah, no, I was doing one round in the ring and then one round grappling, one round in the ring, one round grappling. That's what I was doing for like an hour and 15 minutes. I went
People
until
don't know what that takes,
I went until my liver hurt.
especially people who like probably most of the people here who don't do like. I mean, most I see most RC racers. Like I know what kind of shape we're in.
I'm in bad shape now, but compared to when I was
You're not in that bad shape. If you go an hour and 15 minutes doing rounds the whole time.
well, it's funny. So the owner of the gym came in at the end of it, and I'm just out of breath. I'm like, "Hey, just can't catch my breath." He's like, "Joe, you need to get into better shape, man." I'm like, "That guy is a 28-year-old dude who does CrossFit. Trying to hold him down is, the dude, deadlifts 525 pounds." But yeah, it's one of those things. Um, I only had a couple more things. Sean Jones is correct. Not,
Oh yeah.
did not buy Grand River RC. They closed. It was like you saw it happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he releases a schedule and says we're not done yet one day, and the next day just freaking done. Oh yeah, Jeremy baled hay for an hour and a half. Definitely, dude. I baled hay before. Baling hay,
Legit.
it is just as hard, if not harder, than wrestling. Not jujitsu, but wrestling.
I would say up there with that is bringing rocks in to make a pond.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that
Especially,
sucks.
especially if you're using parts of your body that you haven't used in a while.
Ah, but
uh,
yeah, so I mean, I text you this, and I'll tell you guys this. If you want a guilty pleasure that you don't have any part of, you can I go check out the Grand River RC Facebook page,
yeah.
and then go look at the comments
Yep.
because they are fantastic.
They are. But Owen says, talk about something fun. Tell us about the T2 shakedown. I already did earlier in the beginning of the show. We talked about the RC10 T2. The biggest thing I'm most excited about with that truck is it's not a re-release. It's a original 1995 truck that Jason Hall sold. I believe it was Jason Hall. And I made that truck my own. I'm super excited about it.
Joe, that truck is 2 years older than I am, or younger than I am.
Yeah, that is the first truck that I built by myself and worked on the setup by myself. So that's why I chose that instead of an RC10T. The geometry is the same between the two trucks. They just made better front arms and a different chassis shape and a different transmission ratio. They went from the 2.25 to 1 stealth transmission to the 2.6 to 1 transmission. And that would be the biggest thing. Absolutely. I'd say one of the last things here, because I do want to hit Euro results, but it was just announced today that Spencer Heckert's out of Techno.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Nationals are coming up this week. Like, Fee's there. There's a couple other drivers there. And I believe practice starts Wednesday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So we were talking about this before we started. It's like, hold it. You're like, well, he's got to bring the Technos to Chico. I'm not so sure about that. I'm really not, because every once in a while, if you don't get an insane car that you can't figure out by yourself, a fresh coat of paint can do wonders.
But he was doing good for a while.
Oh, he was doing good. He was making A mains, made a few podiums here and there. I think you rarely saw him out of the A main. The thing about it is, I don't know if it's still like that, but Techno had a contingency program to where they would pay you for top 3 if you were at an event with 150 entries or more. I could throw a dart at the map and hit a event that has that many,
Yeah.
And I don't know if that maybe Techno shrinking their team. We were talking earlier today. I think a lot of teams are going to look like this because Spencer Heckert's an awesome dude. Seth is awesome. Jared's awesome. Ryan Mayfield's awesome. But I guarantee you Ryan Styles Harris has sold more kits to the general public. You know what I mean? And same with Mark Santa Maria when he's running his techno. Roach when he's running his Mayako, or when he's running his Associated 10 scale. They're selling way more because they go way more in depth. Cool. Jared Wiggins wins a big race and writes a blurb. On to the next one. Ryan Styles Harris goes to Wicked Weekend and comes out with a 20-minute video. I think the teams, so there's musical chairs going on right now, and it's a good thing there's new companies and there's room at other companies. So like you have Hong Nor, you got WIRC that needs a driver, you got Sparco that needs an American if Sparco can work with people. You have teams that need drivers, but the seats are going to become less and less and less. And I think eventually you're going to have, instead of having like 3 pro drivers, you're going to have 1 pro driver and 2 influencers. Because, I mean, I've sold a lot for my sponsors. I know I have. I guarantee I have. Because I'll tell you if something's shit, and if they want to drop me, they can. I'll say, this is disappointing, but this is good. And I'm always telling you the truth, and I'll go in depth why I'm saying what I'm saying. You will not get that from a paid driver. So,
unfortunately not.
Yeah, because they are really walking on eggshells. Because if they go, well, we tried a new part on my XYZ buggy and it was a piece of shit. Well, say it in a nicer way. That would look bad for the entire company. It's like back when Dakota was on TLR and he was stuck running the Spectrum stuff and he was having servo failures. Like Mayfield when he was with TLR for that very brief period of time and was having, hold on one second. I got a body. Oh no, he had MKS. So 1 year he was on TLR for 2 years. I think 1 year he was allowed MKS. So, and that's the thing too. It's at the end of the day, if companies could get away with not paying pros, they would. Like, I thought TLR would die, and I honestly think that they're kind of thriving.
Comparatively, yes, but I think they would be doing better if they had exited a proper way.
Yeah,
instead of just shitting the bed.
That's true. But that's what I mean, though. It's the amount of pros has become, it really has, in my opinion. There will always be pros, but I think the influencer time has come.
Well, I think you have 2 people that sell parts. You have the influencers and you have your mid-level guys.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Right?
Yeah.
You have those are the guys like your Dakota Fens and that are probably sell parts, but not like
well, like
Tom Renderneck before he switched. Like,
yeah.
And that's not to put Tom down, but like I would say Dakota's better than Tom.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time.
Sure.
And so Tom was like a really good fast guy, and he's gotten faster the last couple of years. But like when he was on X-Ray, like he was fast, but like not always.
But he was so helpful, and that's why there was a crap ton of people that switched to X-Ray when Tom went to X-Ray. Like a lot of people at Island, and surrounding areas were on X-ray because of Tom. Just like in Minnesota, there is a crap ton of people on techno because of Sean and Seth Van Dalen.
Yeah.
And they will switch at a drop of a hat if Seth switches.
Well, and the same thing at Hoosier. So you had Associated was really big, and then TLR was really
Yep.
big, and now X-Ray and Schumacher are really big, and there's a couple Associated and a couple TLR. And it's just kind of what gets supported by the local fast guys.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's
I mean,
sorry, keep going.
no, I was gonna say I'm hoping to see. Well, I'm not. I think we're at a shift right now, and man, I went under Lefty's post about Spencer leaving, and Tony Newland, who owns Clinic, who is in the industry, says silly season is going to be insane this year.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to talk about. But what sucks is after, we don't got shit. Remember after the
We're
Clash?
just going to do this.
I know, but remember after the Clash 2025, when Dakota's first year with X-Ray and all that, we didn't have any after the Clash and talking about the Clash and everybody with their new rides. The episode after that was like 22 minutes long. I don't think it was that short, but it was short because it's like, dude, I'm burnt out. Because
well, and yeah, you're gonna have that though.
Yeah, it was something new every week. So the Touring Car Euros happened. Bruno Coelho brought home the first for Infinity.
In modified,
in modified with Simon Lauder in the I've seen Simon's name a couple times. Who does he run for?
He is your current stock world champion.
Okay.
He runs for Awesomatics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Yeah. So Simon, this is his first year running mod that I know
of. Well, he beat Orlovsky, so he's doing freaking ridiculous.
This kid, he's a kid too. I don't know if he's 20.
Really?
He's a young man. He might be 20, but like he's a young man.
Sure.
He's gonna be him and Adam Izze. I don't know if Adam has that specialness that Simon does, but like these guys are fast.
Yep.
And like I watched Adam come over and put it on Sam and Kevin, and that was something. But real quick, my RCM is still a piece of shit. It wouldn't load, and I had to like try a whole bunch of different links, and it finally worked. Just terrible.
I'm looking at your screenshot.
That's good because I have the stock pulled up because I can't get the mod one to pull up.
Yep, I gotcha.
So
I mean, stock, it's bad. I should know European stock names. I just don't.
There's like 3 people in here right now. It's not true. There's more than that. But if we look at the rest of the mod, so you have Coelho who won, Simon in second, Orlowski in third, Lucas in fourth, Mark Reinhardt in fifth, Hagberg in sixth, Volker in seven.
Yes.
I don't know who Dominic is. Vicar Wilk in ninth, and Yilly's in 10th. And you have Pecco in 15th.
That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, those are kind of the people that I know in here. There's not a lot of people here, but it's a Euros, not a world. So
I recognize the majority of the top 10 in Pecco.
Yeah.
Like,
I know Antoine Burnett, but I don't know why.
We've been watching, Hagberg and Reinhardt and Volker for years. And like I said, when you sent me the results, I'm like, dude, Grosskamp, man. It's like he made top 10. That's Good for him, because isn't he getting up there in age?
He's got to be like 50 now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, one for the old guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, Reinhardt's also up there, and so is
I think
Hagberg.
44.
Yeah,
Hagberg's not that old, but
He's
he's like, no, he's getting close to 40. I want to say he's like
okay.
38 or something. He's a
Yeah,
little older than I am.
but freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Damien says he agrees on the MyRCM. We're currently using it. Wish we had spent the money. And dude, Live RC worldwide, and I'm not best friends with those guys either. And I got a long, long, long paragraph whenever I say have a criticism. But you know what? Right now, it's the best. There's nothing that touches it. If you have a serious race deal, you should be using Live RC. The end. Get rid of your freaking printers too. You shouldn't have paper crap anymore. It should all be posted online. You should all look at your cell phones like adults. I mean, dude.
So let's go real quick. Let's go to the stock.
Okay.
So Max Mockler won that. Max runs for Awesomatics.
Yep.
Oliver Butnick,
I was gonna say I recognize Max.
I think he runs for Awesomatics as well. It doesn't tell me, so.
Yep.
And you got Adam Izze, who got fourth. He's in X-Ray, and I think Lucas Ellerbrock runs Awesomatics as well. And then you have in 12th Jan Ratheski, who runs for X-Ray, and then Martin Hootie in 22nd. And then I have what I think is Jan's daughter.
Okay.
In 39th.
Okay.
Emily Ratheski. And I don't think I know anybody else here.
So what is stock?
Oh, Philip Hootie.
What's
I think it's.
Is it 10.5?
No, I think it's 13.5.
13.5, which is insane still. Well, on a large
But it's a big track.
Yeah, on a big track, it's not so insane. But like, imagine a modern 13.5 in a touring car right now. I mean, you can, but
on a carpet track?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I run a 5.0, bro.
So
like,
here's the question, and the thing that you would be battling is fade. But do you think you could go as fast with the 13.5 as you can with the 5.0?
No. If we have me and like, let's say EA is probably the best, still probably the best or one of the best stock drivers in the country.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him a 13.5 in a touring car, he probably beats me.
Gotcha. Because 13.5 touring car, 13.5 touring car in the U.S. really isn't a thing anymore.
No, I think a good way to test that would be like somebody who can drive well, like a Sam or a Kemp or a Kevin.
You know what you do? Give it to a guy who's done everything that's lost, like Josh Cyril, who can still make some A mains, but like Josh and like EA and guys from that generation.
EA is still killing it, dude.
I know EA is still killing it, but what I mean by that generation is, to me, it feels like they have a different feeling in the car. Like they might not be as fast as they once were, but they can tell you, like a good jiu-jitsu coach who's like 50 years old. They can tell you. They can tell you way more than that what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Allman's saying, "Oh yeah, Allman's check it out. Yeah, we'll see you in Vegas, Allman. Yeah, that's coming up. I'm getting my OGO bag fixed. I was looking for somebody to put a new zipper on it, and I showed it to a few people.
Did you message Ogio?
No, I don't have time. When I finally got around to it, I don't have time to send it in and
because one of the locals at Racers messaged them and they sent in a new bag for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll do that because my bag's not that old. It's 2 years old.
But there's a local here that his bag was older than that. That local's friend fixed the zipper for him.
Okay. Well, they're fixing the current zipper on it. They can't replace they can replace the zipper, but it'd be like $150 because they got to get the machines around the hard case and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But they're actually fixing the current zipper. So, yeah, no, I should message OJ because, dude, my first bag lasted me 10 years with no real issues. And then this one, I've had it for 2 years. The zipper's garbage.
I don't know. The one I have is fine.
Yeah, I mean,
But I bought it like 3 or 4 years ago now.
yeah, but
No, maybe less.
I don't. Mine gets used often, and I have a way I pack it, and I pack it maybe a little too much. But anyway,
I mean, I pack mine and take it to the races with stuff.
yeah,
Selling.
I got to figure out how I'm gonna make everything 50 pounds and all that crap.
Yeah. All right, man.
My second carry-on has to be a laptop because Matt's like, we need all the laptops so you can get. So my second carry-on has to be a laptop, which kind of sucks. So, anyways, yeah, it was a good episode. We'll do. I think we got time to do one more before Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Boomer Nationals.
Uh,
No, it's the Boomer Worlds.
yeah.
You got Hara, you got Masami, you got a Drescher, you got a crap ton of people coming from the UK. It's the Boomer Worlds coming up in Vegas, and I'm excited.
Yeah, go hang out with your boomer friends.
I will, and I'm gonna have a good time. All right, well, I'm Joe Zer Jr., and with me was my co-host Zach Donathan, and we have ran out of talent. Have a good night, guys.